And this is Danielle Harris, and you are listening to Rock Video Rental.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Rock Video Rental. I am Brandon. With me, as always, is Caleb. And continuing on with Rocktober Part 6, and we are talking today about Child's Play 2. It is from 1990 and is directed by John Lafia. It's my guess. The plot is, while Andy's mother is admitted to a psychiatric hospital, the young boy is placed in foster care, and Chucky, determined to claim Andy's soul, is not far behind.
Dun dun dun.
We got Alex Vincent returning as Andy, Jenny Agutter as Joanne, Garrett Graham as Phil, Brad Dourif is back as Chucky, and Christine Elise as Kyle. I've seen this one quite a few times. This is another movie that I remember seeing the VHS cover plenty of times at rental places.
Okay.
And I talked about when we did Child's Play, like my history with that and how I begged my dad to watch it and he let me watch it when I was way too young, and then I had lots of nightmares about Chucky. So
It's kind of funny you say that because I don't recall. Maybe I'd have to ask my dad, but I don't recall there ever being anything that was like outside of my age range that I was like, oh, come on, I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't, maybe I just don't remember.
yeah, maybe.
But my family, I mean, especially in horror genre, like I never really, as a kid, was interested in that. Mine would have been like ultra violent action something.
Right. Uh, can I watch Rainbow 2? You are 4.
Come on.
Oh man. Yeah, a lot of people consider this one as good, if not better than the first one.
Okay.
I would say it is definitely a worthy sequel, and it's one of the best part twos of any slasher franchise. I think this one is paced better than the first one. Um, I think the first one, there's so many scenes in that one that I feel like this one doesn't quite reach. The first time that Andy's mom opens up the battery compartment and realizes that Chucky has no batteries and has been talking this whole time without him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that scene is just like gut wrenching. And then when Chucky like first comes to life and you see him like in full, he's like cussing and swearing and screaming at the mom. That's really intense. Where I feel like the most intense scene in this is probably towards the end when they're in that factory.
Yeah.
But that's one of the best like final face-offs or whatever in pretty much any slasher movie.
It's a
Like I
little
really enjoy that.
it's a little over the top.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, because so many times in slasher horror movies, you get that they're not dead thing.
Yeah.
But since he's a toy, you really know that they're going to push the limit on that. And I mean, how many times did he quote unquote die at the end?
Like I don't know, a whole bunch.
Yeah, so it was to be expected, but yeah, it definitely they did a good job because the ending climax of the movie was the highlight of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, he dies like 4 times in the first one too. It
Oh,
just keeps coming back.
that is fair, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so I mean, I feel like the mom is kind of missing in this because I thought she was really good, Catherine Hicks, in the
Hmm.
first one. Um, is just playing like a caring mom who's trying to deal with thinking maybe her son has some deep rooted like mental issues, but then finding out that like her son was telling the truth the whole time and this doll is literally alive and trying to kill people.
Dude, you know why I realized that if they had just made a few simple changes, what this movie would have been?
What's that?
It essentially would have been Terminator 2,
Yeah.
where her son is being attacked by an evil entity
Mm-hmm.
and she is in a psych ward. And if they put her into this movie, they could have had her in the ward and made her into that hero, and she
Yeah.
escapes to protect her son. I mean, that would have been a total, essentially, retelling of Terminator 2.
Yeah, except Chucky would have had to be a good guy, a literal good guy, not just a good guy doll.
Oh, true. Oh, true. Yeah. If you wanted to make it,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
there'd have to be another bad living doll to come after Andy.
Yeah. It actually would have been crazy if they had an evil Chucky and a good Chucky.
Right.
Oh, man. That would have been so
Well,
confusing.
essentially they did. They had a real doll. They had the Tommy good guy doll that was
Hmm.
just a plain old doll. And then there was evil Chucky.
Um,
Uh,
now that was one part that was a little bit kind of going back to the first one, a little bit of that gut wrenching where the character Kyle,
yeah.
she found the Chucky doll buried,
Hmm.
and then she went to go look in the trash can, and Chucky was gone. So I would say like it is kind of weird and unusual the the storyline, not the plot, but the storyline with this one, where there were different times where Chucky chose not to kill other people, and then all of a sudden at the end he just like snaps and he starts killing everybody.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand a little bit because he was getting desperate at the end. But it was kind of unusual where for how long was it that he was just like, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna pretend to still be the doll to try to get the kid, and then at the end, like he kills the teacher, he kills the dad, he kills the mom, he like just goes on a rampage basically.
Yeah, and he goes completely unhinged because it's Brad Dourif again doing
Yeah.
the voice. That dude's got the best maniacal voice ever. I was just completely and utterly unhinged. And I feel like he plays that kind of like in every single movie
Hmm.
that he's been in. Man, one of them I caught parts of uh oh gosh, on one of the random streaming channels on Sling the other day was Spontaneous Combustion, it's called.
Okay.
And he plays like this guy who, like, when he becomes upset, can like explode things into flames. And yeah, he's got that maniacal voice going on in that too. But I didn't get to watch too much of that one, so I didn't get to see fully what it was about. But I mean, him as Chucky again, as always, is great. He's been Chucky every single time except for that weird remake where Luke Skywalker was the voice of Chucky.
Mm.
Uh, and I thought Alex Vincent was way better in this one. His acting like really got better. Like I thought he was kind of clunky in the first movie.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I know
I
it's
mean,
been a little
child
while, but
actor, yeah, but and I like the addition of the Kyle character. I thought she was really good.
I was a little worried that she was gonna get killed, and I was just like, dude, come on.
That's what makes that a good character
Yeah.
because it was fleshed out enough that you cared if she died or not.
Hmm.
Not like other slasher movies that had super high body counts, and it's like, who is this person again?
Yeah.
Oh, they're dead now. And also the foster dad was just a complete and utter jerk,
Yeah.
and he's also the dad from Terror Vision when we did that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Well, he's
have you
he's
seen
kind of
this?
one of those guys. Wait.
Yeah, but hey, it's that
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and I've seen this movie, like I said, numerous times, and I've seen Terror Vision quite a few times, and I guess I never just really pieced that together.
Yeah.
until this time, and I'm like, ah, that's where I seen him from. So my biggest question with this movie, the good guy doll that was, I guess, they're almost like, oh, this doll they said that killed people and went crazy, but they're not. It's like the people in this universe don't realize that it's inhabited by the soul of a former serial killer. They just think it's like, oh, kind of just went haywire or something.
Mm-hmm.
So why on earth would they go and they rebuild this doll? Are you guys that hard up? Like, couldn't you just like incinerate that one and then build a new one?
Yeah, and
I mean,
say it
you
was the
should.
original one.
When you showed the factory too, there's
Mm-hmm.
thousands of those damn things. Like, did we really need to like fix this one?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny and dumb because, well, they showed rebuilding at the beginning before you realized who was doing it and what it was about. And I was like, who in their right mind would do this? And then, of course, it's
Yeah,
like the corporate company trying to do a promo or like a promotion or save their face and the whole thing on being like, oh, nothing's wrong with the toy.
this one
So,
was fine all along.
yeah. Oh, man.
Now it has the soul of Jeffrey Dahmer in it. And the
Yeah.
soul of and the Chucky doll that has the soul of Charles Lee Ray has to protect Andy from Jeffrey Dahmer. Terminator 2.
Yeah, but no, it totally should have just been destroyed, and they could have made a fake one or any other one and been like, "Hey, this is the doll." Haha,
Yeah. And of course the Foster family, the parents too, don't believe Andy. Like, oh, he's just traumatized
Well, okay,
from the
part
last
part
time.
part of the thing though too, like it was a little bit stupid on their part that they prepare for this kid coming over and they don't remember that they have one of the good guy dolls. And
Exactly. Yeah.
that and considering that so much trauma happened for this kid around that was totally their fault. Like they should have been better.
Oh yeah, for sure. See, it's just a doll. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a piece of plastic. And then there's the part where Andy's like tied up in his room and Kyle comes in through the window. And she's like, dude, what are you doing? And then she like helps him. And then the foster parents come in and they think that Kyle tied him up.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh gosh. I was like, yeah, nobody believes Andy, just like the first one. And Chucky's trying to get to Andy, just like the first one. Uh, I, some of the kills in this, I mean, I guess I can get to the kills now because uh, those are really the standout parts of these movies. Uh, the At the beginning, there's a dude that gets electrocuted and thrown through a window.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the guy that's like in charge of rebuilding the Chucky doll, he gets suffocated with a plastic bag. It's in the bag. Then Andy's teacher, Miss Kettlewell, gets beaten with a yardstick. How hard would you have to beat someone with a yardstick to kill him?
Oh man, I don't know. Like, yeah, that's a bit intense there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one. And then one of the more impactful ones is when the foster dad dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he had to fall down and breaking his neck. And that's pretty graphic.
Well, he didn't. Chucky killed him.
Yeah, he
Because
tripped him.
he
He,
fell and he saw Chucky and then he died.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. And then the foster mom she gets her throat slit off screen, and she's just kind of like discovered by Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Grace, who's like the in charge of um the orphanage. she gets stabbed. Then there's a factory technician who, this dude, like, how many OSHA violations does this guy have?
I was thinking the same thing.
He's like fixing the machine and he goes and lays right under it where like these eyes are getting stabbed into the doll head.
I wonder
And
what's gonna happen.
yeah, and it's like you don't turn off the power or anything, like all of a sudden it just comes on. Um and then the eyes get gouged into his head and kill him. Then Chucky, he gets like demolished. His hand gets ripped off, and he like jabs a
But he's
knife blade
bleeding
onto it.
too.
Yeah, because he's slowly turning human.
Yeah.
And then he gets burned with plastic, and then his head gets blown up. And that was a great visual. His head just like inflates, and he looks like almost like a garbage pail kid or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he just pops basically, which is, I don't know, it's just a great effect, great practical effect. And just seeing that, seeing the factory with all the different Chucky dolls in it, and like all the bright colors and everything, is such a nice like change of pace from other final scenes from slasher movies where it's usually dark, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
And
agree with
I
that.
don't know, I just kind of like that. And the part where Andy's up on the rollers and he's trying to get away from Chucky, and he ends up like sliding down the rollers, and Chucky like pops up and tries to reach for him and slash at him. Um, I thought that was handled really well too. A lot of tension in those. But yeah, I would say the strongest points, Brad Dourif, I like the factory part at the end. And then, Chucky's got some kind of like witty remarks. Those don't really take off until like the next movie, and then Bride of Chucky for sure.
I
Because
even
Bride of
know of
Chucky's got
those.
a yeah, Bride of Chucky's got a lot of like comedic stuff in it, and it's a pretty good installment. Seed of Chucky, however, is pretty awful. But yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Just kind of, I was looking over my notes as we were talking through it. Um, a couple funny things I had was when he was at school with this teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher locked him in the classroom.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck was that? Is that is that
It's the
something that was
90s.
common back then?
Yes.
I don't remember. I mean, that was a little bit that was not in the right exact time frame for me, but man.
Yeah.
Um, then one thing I mean, it's a horror movie, so it's going to have one of those things where it's just like you're not making a good decision here.
Yeah.
Um, but when Kyle gets smart and is just like, "Oh snap, like Chucky's real." And she finds the dead foster mom, but she at least has a knife. And
Mm-hmm.
then and then they kind of like scuffle in the bedroom and she drops the knife, but Chucky gets to it first. It's
Yeah.
like, where in your mind is it not like, oh, hey, I should leave? Like, uh,
Right.
so that's
Yeah, I
what
probably should get out of here.
that was the point in time where I was just like, oh, great, she's gonna probably die now.
No, she
Uh,
proves to be smarter, I guess.
but I think the last thing that I think that I have that I feel like we should discuss is what. Okay, actually, maybe you have some context for this. Next movie, what happens in the next movie? Just like briefly, like, are we dealing with the same characters or is it
Yeah.
just Chucky?
No, Andy comes back. It's a different actor. And Andy is like in a military boarding school,
Okay.
and Chucky shows up there.
Okay, because my whole thought process was like how this movie ended. I'm just like, how do you go on from this? Like, how do you explain this? Like, two kids just destroyed a part of a toy factory. Their foster parents got murdered. The foster person who ran the foster place got murdered. Like, how how are they going to go on with life? Like, I was thinking like Kyle's probably going to go to juvie
Well,
because
Kyle
she's
kind
not
of just vanishes.
okay.
Nothing
What?
happens with her. She doesn't come back until the Chucky series, the TV series.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, which I don't know if I watched that season. I think I only watched the first season of that.
So essentially, Andy got
Hmm.
like put back in the system then or something.
Yeah,
Was it
basically.
okay? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but dude, like, at what point do you just put the kid in a psych ward when you can't explain what happened and he blames it on a doll and you have no proof and everybody thinks he's crazy?
Right? Now
Uh,
you're just being crazy.
uh,
Yeah. Let's just take him to a psych ward. But no, he goes to a military boarding school.
which totally makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna ask the question because I have no idea if or when we're gonna watch another Child's Play movie. What's the point of Chucky going after him anymore? Like he's locked in the body.
Yeah. Well, Chucky ends up coming back again. Well, because he dies at the end of this one. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, he gets brought back again. I remember, I think something like the exploded dolls found, and they, like, again, they try to, like, scrap the pieces, and something like the plastic gets melted down and mixed in with a vat, and then they make a new Chucky. Yeah, just stupid crap.
Okay. Well,
It's not really one of the best ones. It's still pretty decent, but I think Bride of Chucky's better than Child's Play 3.
yeah. I can only imagine they kind of stretch things as time goes on, but yeah, no, that's all I got. So, do you have trivia's and facts for this one?
Yeah, I do. So there are many rumors of why Catherine Hicks didn't reprise her role as Karen in the sequel, with a popular one being that she was pregnant by her husband, Kevin Yeager, who operated the animatronic Chucky doll. But the simple fact was the director John Lavia wanted to take a story in a new direction, a direction that didn't include her character, aside from an unfilmed opening courtroom scene where she is being sent to a mental institution. Despite not reprising her role, she was constantly on set for the sequel to visit her husband.
Hmm.
So the original script had an opening scene, like I said, with the court hearing, um, dealing with the previous events of Mrs. Barkley and Mike Norris defending Andy, while the remains of a Chucky body are stored in an evidence locker before being taken by the executive of Play Pals company to rebuild it. Uh, Catherine Hick, Catherine Hicks was to reprise her role in the sequence, but was cut before filming began. Elements of the scene appeared in the courtroom scene in Curse of Chucky
Hmm.
from 2013, and the evidence locker opening was retooled in Bride of Chucky.
Okay.
The good guy doll Tommy is named after the original Child's Play director Tom Holland.
Oh.
Yeah. So the director felt that the movie should primarily be shot from a child's perspective, and more specifically from Andy and Chucky's perspectives. To achieve this, he employed very wide lenses, very low angles, bright colors, and a depth of field, as he felt this is how the world looked to a child. Many appraised the childlike look of the film as most effective quality over the years.
Rock.
Chris Sarandon was originally going to reprise his role as Detective Mike Norris from the first films, but like I said, the scenes were cut due to budgetary issues.
Hmm.
Unlike the original movie, Don Mancini was the only writer solely on the movie because he felt that the character of Chucky wasn't developed to its fullest potential in the first film. Mancini gave Chucky a true personality and played the events of the movie off of him. He was able to reuse several of original ideas from the first movie, particularly the classroom and factory sequences, but would still remain confined by the voodoo mythology established in the original movie's director Tom Holland that Mancini actually was not very fond of.
Hmm.
So Mary Stuart Masterson, Holly Marie Combs, Shannon Doherty, and Christy Swanson were all considered for the role of Kyle.
Rock.
And then Brad Dourif admits that he has actually never watched this movie,
Hmm.
even though he is the voice of Chucky in everything Chucky. And the last thing I got is this movie had a $13 million budget and it made $35 million in the box office.
Well, there you go. That's a successful movie right there.
Yeah, great success. So grades. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, what are they?
5.5.
6.0.
Oh wow. Okay. um, critic 65.
47.
Ooh, interesting. Audience 57.
53.
Ooh, okay.
Then what's your grade?
So good movie, entertaining. I think for me, the original Chucky resonated more because it was kind of like the origin and it had that more unique feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
This was obviously riding kind of on the coattails of that, and so it's not as fresh, it's not as new. I mean, I knew about Chucky before I watched Chucky, so I knew the concept. But there's not since there's been plenty of things like it, and there were other things kind of similar to it, but I don't know, just there was a uniqueness factor to the original one. So this one's not for me hitting as well as the first one. I definitely do agree with you that there are some elements to it that are better. Um, but I don't I don't know exactly what it is, but something wasn't um it wasn't quite as polished for me. Something was missing. I was trying to figure out what it was. Maybe it really does linger a lot on just the fact that, the kind of awe factor of the origins of the Chucky character and how it goes
Mm-hmm.
on and everything. And actually, you brought up good points on those kind of gut wrenching moments in the first one, where it's just like she finds out there's no batteries in the Chucky doll, and like all these different things that you don't get as much in the second one.
Yeah.
So I mean, still good and everything, not knocking it, just not putting it as high as the first one. So I landed on a 4 out of 5.
Rock.
So
Yeah, I would agree with a lot of that. Um, yeah, I think the first one was a little more polished. This one's really more of a straight up slasher movie.
hmm
And, you get to see Chucky's personality a little bit more. But like you said, you're missing the scene like where she realizes there's no batteries in it. I mean, we kind of get that a little bit, like you mentioned, with the discovery of the Tommy doll.
yeah,
But I think what frustrates me a little bit with this movie is that it's another movie again where no one believes Andy.
yeah,
And it's like, I know it's a far-fetched thing, but at the same time, like, what happened before? You know? What happened before with him? We're like, okay, his mom, they say his mom is crazy, but what about the cop? that was part of it, you know?
Yeah.
So so it knocks it down a little bit for me. I still really enjoy this one. Um, like I said, I like that end scene a lot. How it's like bright and colorful and not like dark and uh atmospheric as much, but it's still like really tense and like the build up on it is really good, and I like the effect when Chucky explodes. Like that's done really well. So I ended up giving it a 4.5 out of 5 because I would give the first one. I believe I gave it a 5,
Yeah, I think we
and I
both
would
did.
yeah, and I would still stick with that because I think it is a really good movie.
Rock.
Yeah. So we are going to be continuing on next time with another second installment of a different series where we've reviewed the first one before, and another one where it kind of changes tone a little bit. Next time we're going to be talking about Sleepaway Camp 2, which people have mixed feelings about, but I mean, we'll talk about that. If you guys are liking the show, please subscribe and share it. You can follow us on social media. We're on pretty much every platform. We have a website. You can go to rockvideorental.com and check out some stuff. I got lots of horror movie reviews on there if you're interested. And come by next time. We're going to be talking about Sleepaway Camp 2. Until then, as always, be kind and rewind.